I helped unload all of those documents from a truck one day. We came in and there's this big tractor trailer and just full of boxes that we all unloaded so we could start going through them to look for dirt.
So here you are, and you've experienced all the things you've experienced in Scientology up to now.
Yep.
And you're not in a disaffected headspace.
Not at all.
Right? You're pro-Scientology. This stuff works.
Yep.
We're the good guys. People like her are the bad guys. So you're actually going through these documents, and people are, one thing people are going to, like, how come she couldn't see that, Scientology was so bad after going through all these documents? And I'm going to ask that question. What did you think going through that stuff? What was going through your mind?
What was going through my mind was I read and saw things that I knew personally were not really true, or were sort of distorted views. And one of the things that I recall specifically was there was a document which said L. Ron Hubbard taught people how to lie and control people using lies, and the source of that was from a lecture. And in the lecture, I read it, and he does say this is how lies are used as a mechanism to control people. But right before and after that, he was talking about how evil it was to do that. But that part had been conveniently taken out. And so I sort of took that and said, okay, well, these are people who would say anything negative. And some would. Some of the detractors would say anything negative, even if it wasn't really true. They would just absorb anything negative about the church and push anything positive at all away. And so it basically discredited anything that was true, right?
So in other words, they were kind of, through the fact that they were not totally duplicating or using,
Right.
the bad parts of Scientology or whatever,
Right.
They were sort of dead agenting themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things was they would promote that Scientology had been banned in Australia. And to me, that wasn't anything negative towards Scientology. That was a violation of religious freedom, you see. Mm-hmm. And there were other things that they would say where you have the mindset of, okay, yeah, that does happen, but we all know that's not an ideal thing, and they don't understand, all of the stuff that we went through in the Sea organization and these long hours and low pay and stuff like that. It was oh, well, they just won't understand, right?
Right.
So we have to pretend like that doesn't happen and pretend like that's not true, because even though we know it does happen and it is true, it can't be seen by those who are outside of the church, because they don't understand how important Scientology is, and that it is, going to save mankind, and our eternities are at stake, and all these really important things. So it's sort of a series of reasons why this was, why all this was okay. And we, frankly, I just didn't think that international management would lie to us. I didn't think that there was a reason that we would be lied to. So I thought that people were lying. I thought that some of the detractors who left were lying and were, disgruntled, exes. And I read the whole paper that there was this one professor had written about apostates, and it was a pretty long paper, and I read it and it made sense to me. I'm like, oh, okay, so apostates, they leave and they want to justify having been involved, so they make up all this stuff and say all these negative things, right? So that was the mindset.